There are two coverages I see all the time that make the difference between a huge settlement and having to shell out lots of personal cash, and that's UIM and PIP. PIP means whether you're at fault or not, your medical expenses are covered up to your policy limit. And UIM is your safety net when the other driver's insurance isn't enough. This video will be all about underinsured or uninsured motorist protection, also known as UIM. Both are basically the same coverage, but underinsured means they don't have sufficient coverage, and uninsured means they have zero. How much UIM depends on a number of variables, but for now, you should have at least $50,000. I've got a whole different video on my YouTube channel on the importance of PIP. This video is my opinion and intended to be general education and not intended to be legal advice. For the full list of disclaimers, stick around to the end of the video. My goal with this channel is to help you out by providing education and all things legal. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you find this valuable. That goes a long way in helping my channel. Okay, let's get into it. There is literally nothing more boring than reading an insurance policy other than talking about it. So I'm gonna break down a UIM car insurance policy in this video. And please, after watching this video, go and make sure you have these coverages if it's in your budget. If you're injured, I would love to take an unfortunate situation and turn it into helping you hitting a jackpot. Without this coverage, you could get stuck with a serious injury and no way to pay for your treatment. This information involves case law, insurance, a lot of math, but watching this video could be worth a ton of money to you. Make sure you have PIP and UIM. With more and more drivers on the road without insurance, it is becoming more and more important that you have PIP and UIM. Again, UIM is uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. When you purchase your car insurance, an insurance company who is in the business of making as much money as possible will ask you in an unsuspecting way and frame it like this. You have full coverage, but for an extra charge, each month you could have this extra coverage for your medical expenses. And you're thinking to yourself, why do I need to pay for an extra charge for an extra coverage if I already have it all covered? That doesn't make sense. Just give me the coverage that I need. Then they send a form over with a bunch of other forms for you to sign, and you may not wonder why they just did all that. Well, because they'll use that signed form against you in the future when you get injured in that car accident. And surprise, here is the form you signed years earlier. In a lot of cases, denying this super beneficial coverage you wished you had once you'd been involved in an accident and needed it. These suspiciously framed questions from the insurance company are red flags that whatever is going on is super beneficial to you and not the profit-driven insurance company selling you insurance. In Washington, you have to sign this coverage away, but until now, you probably didn't know that that would be a mistake. Without UIM, your case becomes more challenging. You're left praying that the at-fault driver has insurance to make you whole by covering your medical bills and paying for your inconvenience, pain, and suffering. Beside the at-fault party's insurance, UIM and PIP, there are two extra pockets of money that can be used to make you whole at the time of settlement, if you have them. So you have essentially three pockets of money to go after instead of just the one, the at-fault driver's insurance. It's a huge gamble to sign away your rights and pass on PIP and UIM. When it comes to UIM, that policy doesn't kick in until you've maxed out the at-fault driver's insurance policy. In Washington state, that means $25,000 is the state minimum. $25,000 will generally be the end of the road for you if you don't have PIP or UIM at settlement. Unless you want to try and sue someone personally and figure out how to foreclose on their house or repossess their vehicle. But who wants to do all of that? $25,000 is almost never enough to make you whole. So despite your serious injuries, if you ask me, what is my case worth? The answer might be $25,000 if you don't have UIM and PIP. Despite the fact that you herniated a disc or broke your back, that would be super disappointing. So like I said, Because it's the state minimum, there are a ton of drivers out there with only $25,000 in insurance coverage for auto accidents. And this is why it's vital that you have UIM, because depending on your injuries, we can settle your case for the at-fault drivers $25,000 and then go after your UIM policy, which should be another $50,000, $100,000, or maybe $250,000. In that situation, a personal injury attorney must get permission from your insurance before they do so pursuant to a case called Hamilton. There are other cases, depending on the situation. The average person doesn't know this, but a personal injury attorney focuses in this to maximize your case value. So in a situation where initially your case had a value of $25,000 when you didn't have UIM and PIP, you now have a case that could be worth $75,000 or much, much more. Secondly, a misconception I get from clients is they ask me, why is my medical insurance or car insurance paying for this? Why am I paying for the negligence of somebody else? I wasn't at fault. Oh, you better believe that your medical or car insurance is not sitting back getting left out paying for bills for the fault of somebody else. These greedy insurance companies will get their money back. Do not worry. Subrogation is the process in which your insurance company recovers the money back for what they paid. Remember, how much your medical bills total is one of the main variables of settlement value. Through subrogation, you only have to pay back pennies on the dollar, but it's not really you paying it back. It will be the at-fault driver's insurance paying those medical bills back, or your UIM policy. In that case, your UIM policy stands in the shoes of the insufficient at-fault driver's policy and pays your medical bills for you. Your lawyer will negotiate behind the scenes for your insurance companies to pay back fractions of what they paid. And in essence, this means more money for you at the time of settlement. When that happens, it's supposed to be unlawful for your insurance to increase your rates because they had to do that. So you shouldn't worry. But this is why UIM is so important to have. They will pay the extra money to you beyond what the at-fault driver had if it wasn't enough to make you whole. This way, you don't have to sue someone personally if their insurance isn't adequate to make you whole. And that's where it's vital to have a personal injury attorney fighting for you. You and me both know these greedy insurance companies are not losing sleep at night trying to figure out how much money they can give you. Like, are they thinking to themselves, even though there's a technicality here and we could get out of giving this person any money at all, let's still give this person $150,000. If you aren't aware of your rights and why you should have these various coverages available from insurance companies, you could fall victim to this. At the end of the day, and good job for making it this far in the video, make sure you have PIP and UIM coverages and let your personal injury attorney work for you to help you cash out. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you found it helpful, or send it to someone you know who might need it. And if you haven't already seen it, check out my other video on personal injury protection. And if there's any other way we can help you out, give me a call or find us at cobuslegal.com.